What's up, everybody? This is The Quad with Chris Young. As always, I am Chris. We have Haley the Bear.
Hello.
Producer Josh.
Howdy.
And Ryan from Miami.
You're at the same beach, Josh. That's crazy. I didn't see you.
That's so wild that you guys are together. We're in the studio,
We just decided to take a vacation to a remote island somewhere in the.
You know what? That is very, very sweet of you guys to do that for 4th of July weekend.
Mm-hmm. We wanted to celebrate our country by being somewhere else, I guess. I don't know.
Hey, has anybody else had the same problem that I've had where everybody keeps going, oh my God, it's 4th of July weekend. And I'm like, oh man, 4th of July must be on Monday. And it's not. It's on Tuesday.
Tomorrow.
No. This is the most confusing.
Have you guys had that issue? Because normally when it's like, hey, this is a holiday weekend, you get it in your brain that it's Monday or some point of the actual normal weekend. And I've had that issue where I've been looking at my calendar because I've got a bunch of stuff coming up this week. And I keep looking at it like a complete and total idiot going, oh yeah, that's supposed to happen on Monday, or no, it's Tuesday.
I would venture to say this is probably the least productive week in human history. I don't think that's hyperbole to say that, because you have today and everybody has the day off tomorrow. And then you have Wednesday and everybody's hungover from Tuesday. And then you go into Thursday and nobody cares about Friday. So literally Thursday is the only day you might get something done, but everybody's like, wait a minute, it's the back end of the week anyway. So why am I going to put work in on Thursday? Because then we're going to get to Friday, and then it's Friday where everybody just, eases into the weekend. This is the least productive
by the
week
way, that's hyperbole. The least in human history.
Yeah.
Ryan.
That's Christmas week.
Yes, the week.
She's not wrong.
Christmas.
She's not wrong.
The week between Christmas and New Year's has no form, no function. No one expects anything out of you. You are in a coma of food, sleep, Christmas movies, whatever your gifts are.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You're around family. You're kind of getting tired of it. You're like, I really do want to go back to work. Like, I got to get away from all this Christmas music and stuff.
No, they just get away. They don't want to go back to work.
This week, it's literally, no, I have vacation. Do not talk to me. It is America's birthday. Like, there's a difference. The least productive week of the entire everything is this week.
I'm saying you're wrong on this one, but.
Especially if 4th of July ends up on a Saturday or Sunday. Like, at least with Christmas, it's regardless. It's a full week of what is going on? We're not doing anything.
Josh, you're the tiebreaker here. What's going on?
A quick poll around the quad. How many of us are working this week? All of us.
I'm on vacation all week long.
All of us.
Are you really, Ryan?
Yep, all week long.
3-1, you lose.
Wow. All right. I guess the Rays aren't that interested in baseball.
I shouldn't say that. I work on Sunday against the Braves. That's
there. It is. There it is.
Most productive week in human history.
Yeah. All right. Let's do this before we jump off all the way into the podcast this week. I will also say, as we always alert you guys to, thank you so very much for following. Ryan, would you do the quick rundown of where they can follow us?
Really easy to do. You could follow us on Twitter, which is at the Quad with CY. You could follow us on Instagram, which is at the Quad Podcast. You could subscribe to us on YouTube, which is at the Quad with CY. You just type in that little handle after youtube.com. And I'm happy to report, by the way, that our subscribership continues to explode. So thank you guys for being here with us. I believe we are up like 157% month over month in subscribers. So love you guys. Oh wait, I think I get to do the awkward Zoom thumbs up. Yep. The AI thumbs up. There it is. Yep. Hold it in place and thumbs up. Boom. All right. So good job to you guys. We're so excited and appreciate your support. So at the Quad with CY, it's how you get to us on YouTube. Yeah, see, don't you like that? You can do like a thumbs up.
It doesn't work. All right.
Yeah, it does. It's supposed to. You gotta.
Maybe I just have. I
there it is. There it is. You gotta get your thumb. There it is. Wait for it. Wait for it. And bang, there we go. Love it. Yes. No? Yeah, maybe your Zoom isn't AI friendly. Who knows?
This
Probably
clip
not.
just in a bubble, just in
I'm just randomly doing a thumbs up. So if you guys are watching this on YouTube,
I hope someone's watching this
I
on
just look
silent
like
because they're
an
going to be
idiot.
really confused.
Anyway, Ryan, the poll from last week. We need results.
That's right. So polls are really important, and we do this each and every week on the Quad with Chris Young. You just go to twitter.com/the Quad.
I told you beforehand to look this up. Where is this?
Yeah, it's on our Twitter handle. Actually, it's at the Quad with CY is where you can find it. And the poll from last week was which movie is better than the book, and the winner with 38% was The Notebook. The Notebook was the winner.
Get out of here. Get out of
Followed
here.
by Jurassic Park and Forrest Gump. Far in fourth was Silence of the Lambs at 13.1%.
you don't say.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Because you played to our
all
audience.
of you for going with The Notebook,
It's
which is literally book is in the title.
yeah, well, it's so
It's in the title.
so what? It's
I'm
the movie. Way
I'm
better movie.
willing to bet most people have not read the book, The Notebook.
I'm
Thank
also willing to believe most people haven't read Jurassic Park.
I have
I have.
one of my favorite writers, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, let's go to music.
Music.
This is so weird. All right. Just so you know, if this is your first time listening to the podcast, I do want to say that we're not always on Zoom doing this. This is just all of us going right in the heart of the summer. Josh is working. I'm working. Ryan's gone. Like
On
they're not
vacation.
actually on a beach. If you're looking at the video of this,
What do you mean?
I'm sorry.
What do you-
Never mind.
What are you talking about? We're
Yeah, there you go. Ryan's in outer space. It's fun. I love that you're using the Zoom backgrounds. Proud of you.
Thank you.
I will say chart update on Looking for You. I have to give everybody a really huge shout out because the song is about to be top 15. It's into 16 this week. Very, very close, actually, even though it's only at 16 to being top 10. A lot of stuff is going on. Looks like Old Dominion's going to be going for number 1 this week on the charts, which is awesome. Shout out to those boys. Love them. But it's just really, really cool seeing this song jump up. And obviously, I've been teasing something new. If you guys follow me, it's Chris Young Music. I don't have any other accounts. It's just Chris Young Music. I know we talk about that a lot too, but
Apparently, we have to keep talking about it regardless.
we have to keep talking
Since
about
people
it.
keep falling for it.
There are fake my moms now. There are fake people saying that they work for me somehow, way, shape, or form.
Fake bills.
I believe
too.
there's fake yous, Josh, aren't there?
There's fake me's, there's fake bills, there's fake porters.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fake me's as well. I only have my one account on
Ryan,
Instagram.
are there fake yous?
People just can't fake. I mean, what you get with me is authenticity, and so yes, there are lots of fake me's
Okay,
out there.
thank
On,
you.
apparently on dating like apps too, I found out that people are using my pictures, which is just fantastic.
Fake Ryan's on Hinge.
Oh yeah, no, it's happening, and I'm intrigued. I'm actually trying to figure out if these people are having success or not because it's intriguing to me.
All right. Okay. Seriously, none of us are ever going to ask you guys for anything outside of just saying, "Hey, follow the podcast."
Yeah, subscribe.
And
right,
I think
like
I thank you guys for being fans, but I'm not going to personally DM you and be like, "Thank you so much for following me. I love you."
I don't DM people.
Like, no, I'm not doing that.
Do you guys DM?
I mean, like I use my DMs for my like people that I
No.
follow.
Wait. And this goes for you, Ryan, Josh. Do you guys actually ever DM anyone? Because I don't.
Mhm. I do.
I think you're asking a personal
if
question.
I'm following them and I know them, I DM them, but I'm not DMing random strangers.
Ryan?
I have full-blown conversations over DM. So yeah, definitely, for sure.
Am I the only one here that doesn't do that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't think you're missing out, to be 100%
Yeah.
honest.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good. If you want to talk to anyone, you could just text them. But like,
Yeah.
like to my girlfriends back in Florida, I'll send them like a meme from a meme page via DM.
Yeah, that's
All right.
like 85% of it is just like houses I find and memes and like sports
Videos.
clips. That's it.
Moving on. Houston, are y'all doing something for 4th of July? Because I've got a show.
I'm going to watch you.
Sam has a show tonight. I'm in Colorado, despite what the background says. I'm in Greeley, Colorado. We are playing Greeley Stampede tonight, and then we fly to Connecticut tomorrow. So we actually have a travel day for 4th of July. And then the real, like, the big part of the tour starts. That's when the whole rig, the whole lights, the whole thing starts. So
Nice, dude. Are you excited?
yeah, it's been really great. It's been overwhelming when we were having rehearsals because I knew this, but I didn't really know like how much both lighting, video, and audio all intersect directly where I am. So I run the entire show. I am the one that's cueing the intros,
Enjoy, buddy.
the flow of the set. I'm sending time code to the lighting stuff so that it's all synced with the audio. I mean, it is involved. It's not impossible for me to do. It's well within my capabilities, but it's just the stakes of like, if one thing goes wrong are just so high.
Everything it's like stuff rolls downhill.
Stuff is lit on fire and thrown out of a moving car. Like that's what's going on. So
yeah.
We haven't had any issues. It's been really great. Things went really smooth. It's very intense, but yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a cool spot to watch kind of a creative thing happen, and just realize that you kind of have all the control right in front of you.
Ryan, what about you?
I will be spending America's birthday in Fort Lauderdale at the Conrad on Fort Lauderdale Beach. I'm excited. It's going to be great. Little elbow room appearance, little Blondies appearance. It's going to be a good, relaxing time. I'm excited for it.
Very happy for you. I normally don't play on the 4th of July. It's kind of like New Year's Eve. Back in the day, that used to be a thing that like that day you had to play shows, right? And over probably the last decade or so, maybe even before that, it's kind of gone away from a musician perspective where you don't necessarily have to play those dates and people aren't throwing the amount of money that they used to throw around. So it's a little bit different, but I will say, shout out to the city of Houston. I've attempted to play this before. It rained it out. So I'm very glad they're having me back, and I'm going to hang out, play some country music, watch some fireworks, and have a good time.
Love that.
Yeah. All right. We're going to do a round of what are you listening to? Ryan, mainly for you. I'm just
I think it's appropriate, given to my background, that I'm going with Blake Shelton's Some Beach, which is my song for this week.
Perfect. I love that. Josh, what do you got?
I had said this a couple weeks ago, Boys Like Girls, who was a emo pop band from the early 2000s, had put out a new song a couple weeks ago. They also put out a new song last week called Language that has like bits of like The Police in it, and it's mixed super well, and it's putting me in like a really throwback emo night sort of way. So yeah, that's my pick.
Fair.
Well, I'm gonna go with probably another random artist that no one knows because that's what I capitalize on apparently. I'm going Flip a Switch by Ray featuring Coil Ray. So Flip a Switch, it's good. I like it.
All right. I don't know that song at all.
Yeah.
I am gonna go with something I am listed on as a guest. So I didn't realize how many people didn't notice when I did this. So the Doobie Brothers did an entire record where they had duets with other artists. I have a version. If you look up my name in any streaming service, whether it's Apple, Spotify, Pandora, whatever, China Grove, I did a version of China Grove with the Doobie Brothers. And I know I've talked about it before, but
why did I not know this? When did you do this?
dude, it is so high. I open the song, I'm singing the first verse.
Yeah.
And somebody listened to it this morning and they were like, that doesn't even sound like you because you're singing so high register wise. I did this probably 8 years ago, maybe.
Okay.
Like 7 or 8 years ago. But very, very cool. Go check it out. And also, if you guys have been watching my social media, I posted something the other day on Instagram where there's like a whole bunch of photos and nobody can figure out what it is. You just get through Tuesday, enjoy the 4th of July.
It'll be worth it.
Wednesday. That's all I'm saying. Just watch my socials on Wednesday. Big announcement.
You heard it here first. This is why it's a perk listening to the Quad with Chris Young.
Yeah, for sure. Listen Wednesday.
Wednesday. Are you giving us a present after America's birthday?
I am, Ryan. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't even look at him.
Maybe this
straight. Goes
isn't
close to the camera with those sunglasses on.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like I need to put mine on. Here we go. Is that better, Ryan?
There it is.
But he's like
now you're in the spirit.
Face deep into the camera right now with his glasses, and I'm like, "What are you looking at, bro?"
Yeah. You want me to lean back? I can lean back. Hang on. There we go.
Hey. Sun's out.
There it is.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right.
Yeah, I gotta work on my team.
All right. Let's go to sports.
Sports.
There it is. You guys, there is so much going on in the NBA right now. Holy hell, Kyrie Irving contract. Like all of the dominoes have started to fall. Dame Lillard, we talked about that the other day with him, them taking basically his face off of the side of the arena. And then immediately it's like he's asking for a trade. There's so much going on. I really want two things from you two specifically. Bass, I'm going to you first. I want the breakdown on the Tyler Hero craziness, because like he, on top of everything else, like he, I guess, just stopped paying for a check mark in the middle of this, because the first thing, the first thing that I saw was what you sent the group, and it showed Tyler Hero and like him listing himself being a member of the Miami Heat, and then it showed Tyler Hero and him not being listed as a member of the Miami Heat, and it said like slow motion or something like that.
Is this not what kids do these days? Like, do you remember Kyler Murray, the whole thing with the Arizona Cardinals, and he removed the Cardinals from his Instagram and then like deleted all the pictures or like archived them and then put them all back up? Like, this is just what kids do these days, right? This is like the passive aggressive way of being like, okay, we're broken up or we're on a break, when who knows if they're actually, no, they're definitely going to trade. I mean, if they want Damian Lillard, like Tyler Hero's out. He's the key piece. But this is kind of like, I broke up with you before you broke up with me kind of a thing going on, This
is the equivalent of the Facebook it's complicated relationship status, which is just like,
I forgot all about that.
So
MySpace taking them out of their top 8.
Yeah.
How old are
Yeah.
we going to get with these references, guys?
Yeah, MySpace top 8, top 4. Like this is all over again, but in whatever Instagram's form.
I have to derail this for a minute though, because I had this actual conversation at work with some folks that are in their early 20s that had no idea what a MySpace top 8 was. And that was the moment that I lost my mind and felt very old. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean you don't know what a MySpace top 8 is?
Ryan, most people don't even know what MySpace is.
Yeah.
I find that hard to believe.
Everybody
knows Tom.
All right. Okay. Do you have any opinion on them actually getting Dame Lillard if they can do it with what they're basically giving up for the future? They're leveraging future to get Dame Lillard.
Correct.
I think everybody kind of knows that at this point. What do you think about this, Ryan, as a Miami?
So Josh is like my Bobby Mark. So I'm going to go to him to put my trade calculator together. However, I will give the initial thoughts of this has been clear. Dame wants to get traded to the Eastern Conference champions. He wants to be a member of the Miami Heat. The issue is, does Miami have the star power in return to send to Portland so that they can execute a trade? The answer to that is no, because Portland is not interested in Tyler Hero. So what will have to happen is a third team will have to enter the mix, maybe a Brooklyn, maybe an Indiana, maybe who knows? Who knows? Josh, I'm going to tee it up for you. I think it's inevitable Dame is going to end up on the Miami Heat because ultimately Dame is not going to, is going to, did we blur Haley out? This is excellent. How do we do this? This was great. Oh my goodness.
It's perfect. Keep going.
I love this. This is great.
Unbelievable.
So yeah, Dame is going to become a blurred of Portland and head down to Miami. So how does it happen, Josh? Explain to me how Miami secures the whale that Pat Riley has been searching for.
The only way it happens is if a third team helps the Miami Heat, which, spoiler alert, I'm not sure that there's a lot of teams that are both interested in Tyler Hero and want to help the Miami Heat at the same time. So
thank you, Josh. Thank you. This is the whole thing that's been bothering me this entire time. I just wanted to hear you say that, and I'm going to shut up and let you continue. But I don't see how this works. Please tell me.
Could Harden be involved? Could we get a Sixers trade where Harden goes to Portland and then Hero goes to Philadelphia? And no? Okay.
First off, Harden doesn't want to go to Portland, so that's not going to help. But and I've tried to do that. The amount of hours I've spent on the trade machine just on the flight to Colorado, like I was trying to do 4-team trades to make all the salaries work. The quick answer is Miami Heat does not have enough stuff to go get Dame Lillard. Kyle Lowry plus Duncan Robinson plus Tyler Hero plus their picks in 28 and 30 is not enough. It's just not enough because that's not what Portland wants. They want a superstar back. Okay, so then Brooklyn. Is Brooklyn going to sell Bridges? No, they're not. Are they going to send Ben Simmons? I don't think Portland wants Ben Simmons. So I think that one is sort of out. The interesting team to look out that I've read this morning is the Utah Jazz. Because ultimately for Portland, even though Dame would like to go to Miami, Portland has to think about their future and what is the best return for that superstar. And it may be a year rental and then Dame asks out from that place, or maybe he just sucks it up and plays for the Utah Jazz, who are sneaky, kind of balanced as a team. But I don't see a very smooth transition to get Damian Lillard to the Miami Heat. I don't think they have enough stuff right now.
Okay. Now, I want to do this in reverse. Josh, you have to wait because I want to hear Ryan's opinion on this. What do we think about the state of the Lakers and those moves? Because I've heard so many people talk about, oh, this is great. They're getting a point guard. I've heard people saying like that Westbrook is going to be first team and that the pickup is coming off the bench. I've heard vice versa. Ryan, what do you think about the state of the Lakers right now?
I love this column headline by Bill Plaschke. Are you ready? If you want overreaction, I'm going to give you the overreaction here. You ready? column, Rob Pelinka and the Lakers win free agency and the summer. Now, that is the headline to said column. Other than re-signing the dudes they had, I believe Gabe Vincent was the only key signing that they brought in. No, Josh, do you want to educate me on guys that I don't know will make a difference on this Lakers roster?
I would be happy to. Let me just go ahead and pull up the list. Is there anything else you'd like to say about Bill Plaschke's?
No, I love Bill Plaschke. Good. I'm a big Around the Horn fan. Loved Bill Plaschke for years. But anyway, continue.
I've loved Bill Plaschke for years, but much like MySpace, Bill Plaschke is not my go-to for NBA information.
Okay, first off, if you want to talk about overreactions, I think the Los Angeles Lakers will be a top 5 defense in the NBA next season, as well as a top 5 seed in the West, possibly top 3 seed. Why do I think that? Great question. First off, that team after the trade deadline last year, that team looked scary, and they were just winging it. They were figuring it out on the fly. That is a team that destroyed the Golden State Warriors in the playoffs. They re-signed Rui Hachimura, who was great for them. They signed Taurean Prince, who is a lockdown 3-and-D guy. They signed Cam Reddish, who is a 40% knockdown 3-point shooter. And if you've learned anything about success for LeBron James teams, is if you surround LeBron James with 3-point shooters and guys that play defense that are all 6'6" and long, that is a terrifying thing to go up against. This is the last year of LeBron's deal in Los Angeles. This is all the chips pushed in, okay? After this, he's going to go sign wherever they draft Bronny. So, that's it. So this is the final. If you want to go last dance, this is what's happening right now for the Lakers. And these are all incredible moves. Cam Reddish is a monster 3-point shooter.
Man, big Rui Hachimura re-signing it. Oh, man, Cam Reddish. That's a difference maker on a championship team. I mean,
Ryan?
Holy moly. Jeez Louise. I mean, they won the summer. They won the summer. I mean,
Ryan,
let's give them.
I'm going to go ahead and mute you right now. Okay, so I still have power. The other big signing, Ryan, that you were forgetting about is that any other team could have signed Austin Reeves to 4 years, $90 million, and he came back to the Lakers.
Austin Reeves, the difference maker. Oh, I haven't seen it before. Man.
Hey Ryan, who? Okay, so let's say you get Dame Lillard, so it's Dame, Jimmy, and Bam. Who are your other 2 players on the starting 5? Who's your bench? Who's your 6th man?
Just like we did from 2010 to 14. We'll figure it out, baby.
Hey, Ryan, I mean this as he is Himmy Butler fan. Okay. I'm on record as being a fan of Jimmy Butler.
He's on record of being a fan of yours as well, for the record.
Well, I'm on record of rooting for your Miami Heat last year. Okay. You cannot tell me that he's incorrect with his assessment that when you surround LeBron James with great 3-point shooters, that you can't tell me if you put the Heat versus the current roster of the Lakers as it's set up right now, they wouldn't beat the Heat, mainly because Jimmy Butler is the only option in that situation.
Nothing to say, Ryan.
Guess we'll see it play out. I mean, all I know is one team made the Eastern Conference Finals last year, and the other one did not make the Western Conference Finals. So
yeah, they made the Eastern. Whoa. Exactly. With a different roster. 1, 2.
Ryan, how far do you think the Heat would have gone in the West?
Pretty far.
Okay.
Oh, pretty far.
Get out of here.
Look, culture chatter, baby. Look, we lost Gabe. We lost Max. I'm upset.
You lost 2 guys that were one of your best defensive players in Gabe Vincent. And where did he go? He went to the Lakers,
of the culture.
The one thing that the Lakers don't have.
All I want to know is Josh's thoughts on $1 billion in NBA free agency being spent in an hour, and the outrageous amount of money that is being spent on dudes that do not deserve $40 million a year. That's what I want to know.
I mean, it's a lot of money. It begs the question. I'm not upset about the money, although Houston Rockets like paying a lot of money for Fred VanVleet and Dylan Brooks is a little concerning to me, but whatever. They have a bunch of rookies, so they have the money to work with. I read this on the internet and it got me wondering, how much bigger is the NFL than the NBA?
Oh, way bigger.
Yeah. From your viewership perspective, or just like
in all ways, in money, viewership, etc.
Way big.
Way bigger. And yet contracts are so much smaller in the NFL. And I get it. It's 52 people on the team. And I get that has to be broken up over the whole team. But like, why is their salary cap like the same when the NBA has only 15 players to pay? Isn't that weird? I was just thinking about it.
I wonder if it's just the way that
they
design their contracts, especially because also injury happens so much more in
let me ask a question. And Cubs fan to my right, what do you think those stadiums cost versus arenas?
Yeah, a lot more.
A fair amount more.
What is the most expensive team for sale if it was put up right now? And how far down would you have to go before you get to an NBA team?
I'd be probably the Cowboys with all of the licensing stuff. But I mean, I think the Golden State Warriors would be right on their heels.
No,
if you go off,
you're way wrong.
If you go off of,
hey, wait. You're forgetting the world's football, which is soccer.
Well,
yeah, you go, well, but again, it's a bunch of NFL teams and football teams before you ever get to NBA.
If you look at the world's 50 most valuable teams of 2022, according to Forbes, you have to scroll quite some time before you get to, actually, no, I shouldn't say that. The sixth team on this list is the New York Knicks. So ahead of them are the Dallas Cowboys, the Patriots, the Rams, the Yankees, and then you have the Knicks. Or Giants, Giants.
That's America only? Is that America only, Ryan?
That's America only. But then you have a bunch of basketball teams that start to come into play. Like Golden State Warriors are 8th on this list. The Lakers are 10th on this list. So and the difference in cash, like $5.5 billion is the Lakers, the Cowboys would be $8 billion. So it's a number of billions in the way of comparisons for values between franchises.
Also, I want to throw this out there. Is the New York Knicks because of where they play?
Yes.
Well, I mean specifically because of not just the city, but the arena.
It's not the arena. It's more the TV rights for the New York greater area. That's what gives the Yankees and the Knicks so much, and the Rangers so much power.
So this is world, by the way, because Barcelona's 15th on this.
They're going to be much lower on that list worldwide.
It was just
the Dolphins are 19th.
Looking at. Go ahead, Red.
Wow, I like this list. The Dolphins are 19th, way higher than I thought they would have been.
By the way, y'all tell me I'm not wrong, but this is like the time of year where I miss football.
I miss football so much. I'm like, what do I watch besides baseball? But we're not even into the heat of baseball yet.
USFL.
I know exactly what you watch, because this is not only baseball season. It is the one time per year that we celebrate our true American hero. And that would be Joey Chestnut, because it is Joey Jaws season. So get ready to see a human being demolish 60 plus hot dogs in like 3 minutes, because that's exactly what's going to transpire on America's birthday on Tuesday. Joey Chestnut, the greatest champion in our nation's history.
He eats 60 in, whatever, and he's a champion, and I eat 4 at a cookout, and everyone thinks I'm a monster. I don't know.
By the way, what did you say that?
So
downtown where you work at, they
Where
did one
we
and
did
somebody threw up after eating 6 hot dogs.
Literally, I was like, that is depressing. I can down even more than that and not throw up, but this man ate only 6 hot dogs and threw up. He was not meant for a hot dog eating contest, that's for sure.
Would never make it.
You're never going to make it, Dewey. Ryan, before we jump off of sports, I do want to know, where do your Tampa Bay Rays sit?
Well, unfortunately, the boys are a little bit of a slump right now. They have gone 10-11 in the last 21 games. The Atlanta Braves have now hopped them for the best record in baseball.
Wait, you mean that maybe after all of this hyperbole at the beginning of the season, that as the season has continued in Major League Baseball, that your team is not as undefeatable as you believed?
For the first time since April, there is a new team atop the power rankings, and it is the Atlanta Braves. But I will say the Tampa Bay Rays, for the record, 17 games above 500 with multiple injuries to their starting pitching staff and a number of dudes that are on the IL. So give me the
There's
Rays.
still a lot of games to go.
What you're telling me is in a lengthy season in sports that maybe possibly it's entirely probable that injury plays a bit of a factor in your team being consistent over more than 100 game season.
We're at the All-Star break. I'll take 17 over 500 as we get there. We've got 6 more games to go. They have the best home record in baseball this year. I'm pretty confident. They got 3 against the Phillies and then 3 against the Braves coming up this weekend. So a possible World Series preview between the Rays and the Braves coming up this weekend at Tropicana Field. See you on Sunday at the Trop.
That's saying a lot, Ryan.
And if the Rays get swept in those, then what?
Then it's only a 3-game series that's meaningless because it's the middle of the year.
Exactly.
It's not a preview. It's an outlier. I get it.
Although I do love this. This actually made me laugh. So the Marlins were at 1.14 games over 500 for the first time since 97 and 2003, which was the 2 years they won the World Series. And Jazz Chisholm, their star, said that this is an NLCS preview between the Braves and the Marlins. And the Braves proceeded to sweep the Marlins with a plus 40 run differential. Pretty funny.
This is a must win, Ryan. It's a must win.
This game is must win.
Must wins. By the way, it just goes to show you how long baseball season is, because we are literally not even at the halfway point. Like it is kind of crazy how unbelievably long this season is.
Ready? Movies. All right, we're moving on. I want to say that this is a 76% on Rotten Tomatoes. 86% of Google users like this movie. In a city where fire, water, land, and air residents live together, a fiery young woman and a go-with-the-flow guy discover something elemental, how much they actually have in common. The movie is Elemental. It is getting... can you make the joke about fire? Like the box office is on fire, and not in a good way. Like it is a fire in a dumpster the past couple of weeks. I get that we can go through periods where, due to a bunch of different factors, things are just not connecting. But man, it does not look good.
That was the worst in Pixar's history for the opening weekend.
Okay, do we think that is because they were putting all of the Pixar films on Disney Plus and people are just waiting for it to be on Disney Plus?
So they blame a focus on Disney Plus during the pandemic and a lack of, quote, tough love at Pixar since their CCO's exit. So I don't know, little bit of drama, or maybe just people aren't really inclined to just rush off to the movie theater anymore because things are getting streamed prior to.
Okay,
or you can just wait.
I understand that argument, especially with Elemental, and which actually had a good holdover, and we'll see what happens with the 4th of July, because while all of us other than Ryan are working, most people are not, and that is a big movie going period of the year. The Flash has been terrible. It absolutely cratered I think all of the things we alluded to with James Gunn coming in and taking over, and I just saw an article. I know we're talking about Elemental, but I just want to get this out of the way. It's been really bad the past couple of weeks with major motion picture releases. It just has, from top to bottom. That includes everything Disney is touching. The only one that's been the outlier was Spider-Man. And I think everyone, I think what now?
And John Wick 4.
Well, yeah, but I mean that was in June, like early June. Like I mean that's been several weeks ago. Which sounds weird, but when you're talking about movies, I mean that week 1, week 2, those are the prime times where you see the decline between initial viewership, and you see those numbers, and that's what they put, and that's what they extrapolate forward to go, hey, is this going to make money or not? Disney has been cratering lately. And I mean, we look at what just happened with ESPN, which we didn't even bring up in the sports section.
So sad.
They just basically nuked their entire
talent
Yes.
roster.
Yeah,
Wanna
they
call it
got rid of
ESPN
everybody.
cast.
They got rid of Jason Fitz, obviously a friend of the show. They got rid of
Max Kellerman.
Yeah, they got rid of pretty much everybody except
Jalen Rose.
Stephen A.
Smith and
Pat McAfee, and that's kind of
I do want to say Disney did say that these front-facing talent cuts were not a same part of the cuts that's happening to the overall company. Just putting out there what they have stated. Just saying. I'm not oblivious. I'm in this industry and I know more inside in terms of how these things operate. I'm just giving you the company statement of what they said. Just so.
Yeah. Hey, how many people did they hire?
Yeah.
I'll let that open air linger right there.
Anyways.
Yeah, moving on. I love Disney. I think they have done amazing movies. I don't like the way Pixar is being handled. And I just want to go into this. How many people actually watched this movie? Did you guys watch this? Josh, give me your thoughts.
I'm sorry, there's someone vacuuming in the background. So if you can hear that, I'm so so sorry.
Is that them sucking up the jobs from ESPN or
probably
okay, cool.
taking it out. I enjoyed this movie. I liked the immigrant love story part of it, the passing of the business to the daughter. Like there are those themes in it that I really enjoyed because I'm a softie always. It was good, not great. And I think to tag on what you were talking about, it's not just that things have gone on demand, it's that we've taught consumers that it's easier and better to consume at home than it is to go out to movies anymore. That it's easier to spend $15 a month for your Hulu, Disney Plus, ESPN package, and then just turn something on for your children and leave them on the couch while you do whatever else it is that you're doing. I'm not calling out parenting. I'm just saying in general. And that's how people have learned how to consume over the last 3 years. And so now we're finding it even more than ever, movies that are meant to be in a theater. Top Gun Maverick was meant to be in a theater, right? That you got a quantifiable return by seeing it on a big screen versus just in your own home. But movies like this aren't going to have that kind of return. And so parents are going to go, well, okay, 4 tickets, that's $60 plus snacks. It's $100 to take them to the theater, or we have it on demand, or we can wait 2 weeks and they can watch it then. Why would the economics of this make any sense? And I think that is what we are seeing, because it's why Top Gun Maverick can still do record-breaking numbers and why these movies are struggling.
Well, it also wasn't that funny.
It wasn't that. It was fun. It was fine. It was fine. I put it in,
fine. Everything's fine, guys.
I put it in the Finding Dory side of Pixar, where I'm probably not ever going to see this again. Not gonna
all right. that hurts my heart to hear. And I'm talking, I'll just say from my perspective, yes, I am 38 now. And when Pixar began, I was much younger, and I like animated films. Anybody that follows this podcast knows that I will expand and expound upon all of those things and talk about how much I love comic books and cartoons. And I have a healthy respect for that. I think, you know, one of the things that makes me really sad, what's one of my favorite movies when I would like talk in that lane, is Up. The very beginning of this movie is a short of Up. And it's been so long since people have gone to the theater that this was brought, when you actually look through like reviews of this, it's brought up that people were confused that there was a short film at the beginning of this movie because it's been so long since they've been going to theaters and actually getting this experience from Pixar. They didn't know what was going on. People thought they were actually in the wrong movie for a minute.
Well, and it was also terrible. It was a terrible short.
Okay, but the problem is that's from a movie that was fantastic, but it's so old relative to what people are going to take their kids to see that they didn't know what was going on. Adam Does Movies is one of the review sites that I looked up, and this is either an exact or similar quote from what he said. It says, "A movie that was better than I thought." That's awful. That is a terrible way to describe a movie. The fact that this guy is trying to do exactly what you just did, Josh, which is why I wanted you to give your review first, and go, man, like the ingredients of this are brilliant, right? Like the fact that it is an immigrant love story and that it ties that thing into being a cartoon, and that it's all about, you know, these elements that aren't supposed to be together, and you have this sort of Romeo Juliet thing going back and forth. Have we seen this played out before? Yes. Is it still a really cool and really true, honest idea? Yes. It just didn't land. And I hate it, because the other thing that I saw in reviews is this is not even a top 10 Pixar film for a lot of people.
No, it wouldn't be in my top 10 at all.
And think about that. Like your top 10 anymore, with the limited bandwidth we have and with how consumable everything is, we do have to remember this, that when you put out art, if it's not in somebody's top 10.
Yeah, I just didn't like it. I'll probably never watch it again. It was one of the most boring Pixar movies I've ever seen.
And that sucks, because I wanted it to be good. I want to watch those films. I want to feel the same way that I did watching, you know, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Which is an animated movie.
Or at least how you,
one.
yeah, or at least feel how you felt watching Up or Ratatouille or any of the.
Oh, come on. See,
You know what
but
I mean?
now you're naming things that like I remember, and watching those movies, I felt something.
Mhm.
I didn't hate this movie, but I also didn't love this movie. And I wanted to love this movie. And I guess that's the thing for me, where I just sort of have a disconnect.
I think that's what happens when
I'm
it comes
curious-
to adults. Like they want to love
Curious
this
what your
movie.
favorite.
Go ahead, Ryan.
I was. Go ahead, Bear. Finish your statement, because I was curious about something Pixar related.
Well, I'm just saying, like, for all adults, like, there's always a part of us that loves the movies because we grew up on great Pixar, you know, in the 90s or whatnot. But for us adults, it's harder to go to these.
Do you have your eras correct? I'm pretty sure that was 2000s.
Was it?
Yeah.
No, wasn't Toy, like the first Toy Story?
First Toy Story might have been in the 90s.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Maybe I'm wrong.
1995
I'm
was the
wrong.
original
Maybe
Toy
I was
Story.
wrong.
Yeah, 1995 was the original Toy Story.
Okay.
Yeah.
99
Okay. I
is
was like,
first
wait a
movie.
minute. There's no way to be wrong. Anyways, but for us as adults, we still enjoy Pixar, but it's not landing for us as adults like it can for the kids. I just feel like it's getting just more and more black as it goes on. Like the story behind everything, I feel like they're running out of ideas or whatever. But lately, like the
Just it. So you said black, but you mean like just sort of
Yeah, basically, like the last Buzz Lightyear movie was horrible. It's
Well, and obviously I watched that movie. I enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy it to the level that I normally enjoy a Pixar film. It like going sort of around the horn, looping all the way back to the sports section. Like, do you guys agree? Like, am I way off base here that I just feel like they're good, but
it's not original Pixar.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. I think the last one I enjoyed, and I wouldn't even still put it on like my top 10, was probably Inside Out, which was good.
okay, which I like.
I liked
Yeah.
that one. It still doesn't hang in there with like Finding Nemo and Toy Story.
Well, and that's where that's the path I was going to go down. Like I actually didn't realize how many good Pixar films there were that really shaped my early 2000s, like the Finding Nemo's, Toy Stories, Ratatouille's of the world. WALL-E actually was one of my favorite Pixar movies that I used to watch in school, which was great. I loved when they put WALL-E on. Maybe it's we're in the golden age of content where we're starting to see that fall off, but like Pixar has been one of the preeminent companies in terms of making these anime films that have been historic, at least part of our childhood. Maybe it's just not that way now, but there are so many legendary films made by Pixar.
Isn't I say just Pixar, right? Because they had the squirrel shorts that were always great.
Well, so that was you're thinking of Scrat.
Scrat, yeah. But that was Pixar, right? Because they had the shorts and it was always Scrat.
No.
And I loved it.
It wasn't Pixar.
Produced by Blue Sky Studios and distributed by 20th Century Fox.
Damn. I was like, I swear, because they did shorts like
so that's the thing. It became like a bit to do that, and those two companies were going back and forth. So it was all of the Ice Age movies. Scrat was like the short at the beginning.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. So for next week, I know we just talked about the dearth of movies that exist. I'm just waiting for Oppenheimer. Let's be honest. That's the only thing I want to see. I'm so ready for that movie to be out.
My tradition when I come home to visit my father is to take him to the movie theaters because he loves nothing more than going to the theaters and digging his hands into a big old buttery thing of popcorn. And so that is what we are planning on doing this week. So what's in theaters that is dad friendly?
Well, unfortunately, it's Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, which I've heard is just absolutely awful.
That would be it.
Just type in the movie theater and type in Friday and see what movies are out.
Yeah.
Insidious, The Red Door.
Yes.
I'd rather
Is that a
watch
scary movie? That's a scary movie. That's a scary movie, isn't it? We don't want to do that.
I would rather watch Indiana Jones. I would rather watch Crystal Skull and then this movie as a twofer at the drive-in. I would rather watch it with subtitles. I don't care. I do not want to watch Insidious.
Okay, well then, all right. Look, here's what we're gonna do for next week. This is gonna be a first because America. You guys get to watch Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Oh, do we? We get to.
You get to. And I am going to watch Insidious, The Red Door. Do you want to watch Insidious, The Red Door?
I told you my favorite scary movie franchise.
Insidious, the first movie is one of my top 10 scary movies of all time.
I feel like I'm being punished regardless of the outcome.
It's because you turned off.
I mean, you sort of are. I feel like you're being punished. And you know what? I hate this because I know two people that have gone to see the Indiana Jones movie, and one of them was like, it's okay. And the other one was like, it's just as bad as you thought it would be. And both of these people love the same type of movies I do. One of them is, so actually, I'll say this. Have I talked about the fact that I'm writing a book with you guys?
No.
No.
Well, I know that you're writing a book.
So I am writing a book that is a fiction novel with one of my really good friends, and he likes the same type of movies that we all like. And he's actually been to see this, and he says it was terrible.
Can't wait. I would, as much as I'm hemming and hawing, I would still rather watch old ass Indiana Jones than Insidious. So,
Well, you also get to watch de-aged Indiana Jones in this film, so enjoy.
give me CGI
And,
Indiana Jones. It's
That's
great.
what we're doing. We're going to give you guys an option this week on the podcast. You can either watch Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny, or you can watch Insidious, The Red Door, and we'll talk about both of them next week. I'm putting this in my phone right now. And
You made me watch Elemental, which was bad.
now let's go to the hot take.
The amount of terrible movies that you have made me watch, Haley, does not match watching Elemental once. So
You're not wrong, Josh. You're not wrong. Tell her, Josh.
You
Get her.
tried to
Josh, get her.
the wrong
I
Missy.
refuse.
Extraction 1, Extraction 2.
Waterworld. What the hell was
Oh,
that?
hey, stop
hey,
it.
hey.
Stop it. Okay.
Monumental.
Give me like the most bored hot take of all time. Go, Josh.
Hot take.
There it is. Perfect. This is not even a hot take, and I just want this vote going on our page. So we're going to keep the hot take very short because we've already done an hour-long podcast at this point. I need
Snow cones suck.
snow cones are amazing.
They suck.
Snow cones are amazing.
It's one.
We are going into the 4th of July. I've had snow cones on the 4th of July. They're fantastic. I don't see how you don't like snow cones. I don't know who hurt you.
Like slightly flavored cubes of ice, then yes. No, it sucks.
Can I get some clarification on what this hot take is, so that way I can properly formulate my snow cone opinion?
This is one of two answers. Snow cones are awesome or snow cones suck.
Snow cones suck.
They're awesome.
They're terrible. It's nothing. All the flavor
Okay.
sinks to the bottom.
This got started the other day because it was really hot in Nashville right now. If you're not from Nashville, it's like I got in my car the other day and the little temperature gauge said like 106. It's just hot. It's so hot that this car is fairly new, and the AC, it took like 4 or 5 minutes to actually get my car any sort of cool whatsoever. You guys know what that means. It means it's hot. Triple digits hot is hot. I don't care where you live. I don't care if there's humidity or not. It's hot. Ryan, Josh, would you eat a snow cone on a hot day like that? And would you enjoy it? Are they awesome or do they suck?
Go for it, Ryan.
I don't know where you are on my screen. I was pointing up, and that might have been very, very confusing to a lot of people.
No one knew. Yeah,
So-
all of us, I think, are looking at different things. You're just like
Yep.
pointing.
Okay,
We're like,
got it.
I mean, you want to talk or
Got it. Okay. I believe that snow cones are a delicacy to be enjoyed and savored. The problem that I have with snow cones is that it always leaves my tongue and lips blue because I like the blue raspberry flavor of snow cones. However, on a hot summer day, there's nothing better than at the end of the snow cone. So it's not the start of the snow cone, it's the end when you get the little pieces of ice with the flavor floating around there at the bottom of that paper cup, and you just go bottoms up. That is a very refreshing and just an incredible experience. Snow cones all the way. Blue raspberry,
No,
to be exact.
if you go somewhere and they have multiple cold options, you're not getting a snow cone. You're getting anything else besides a snow cone. No one likes snow. They're boring. They don't.
Question. What are multiple cold options? What the hell are you talking about?
Like if you go somewhere that offers frozen treats.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you. This is
I'm
the.
talking-
I didn't even know this was a thing. There's like a large group. There are two in my phone. One is all 4 of us and Moncel for the quad, right? There's another group of our friends that we have discussed before that there's like 10 of us. And this got started the other morning where everybody's like, I could go for a snow cone. My buddy Nick Pate was like, I could go for a snow cone. And I'm like, hell yeah, snow cones. Out of nowhere, off the top rope, like a crazy wrestler from the 90s, Haley comes charging into this conversation talking about how much she hates snow cones. And someone agrees with her because I put this on my page, and the poll I thought would be like 100%. Like, yeah, snow cones rock. But evidently, some people just hate snow cones. I don't know who these people are. I don't know where they live.
Picture that you posted with the snow cones, you could see that the top had no flavor because it just sinks to the bottom. You're just eating bowls of ice. That's all you're eating. Why? I would rather eat ice cream or a popsicle or anything else.
Hey, Josh, go ahead and mute this part and go.
Sure. I don't know what you're talking about other cold treats
Ice cream, popsicles, sand, like for ice cream sandwich, everything that you could get cold.
Those are never around where a snow cone is. A snow cone is a specialty place where you go to get snow cones. I've yet to find the cold treat factory that has snow cones plus all the rest of this stuff. So I don't quite know what you're talking about there. That being said, this may be one of the most lopsided victories for pro snow cones I've ever seen in a poll. The only people I think that do not like snow cones are people that have sensitive teeth. That is literally it. That they just
whoa. Those people exist. Those people exist, and I have
know.
sensitive teeth, and it is painful to eat a snow cone.
But still, you choose to do it, do you not?
I do. And Sensodyne, thank you for being my best friend. If you
When
want
was the last time you guys actually went out and bought a snow cone?
I drove 2 weeks ago. I drove to 12 South to where one of the snow cone places were just to get a snow cone. That was the only purpose of the entire trip.
No, absolutely not. No,
All right.
out to
As
Retro
always,
Snow.
thank you guys. Go vote on this poll because we love snow cones here at the Quad.
Yeah.
As always, thank you guys for listening to the Quad with Chris Young. I'm Chris, from myself, Haley, Ryan, and Josh. We love you guys. Thank you for listening to the Quad. Rate, subscribe, review, all that thing. Do it.